The faster you move, the easier life is. Let me explain. There's this analogy where there's a speedboat, and if you're on a lake that has pretty strong waves and you're not moving at any kind of speed, you're just kind of coasting along, you're going to obviously feel every single wave as it comes by you and hits the boat. But if you get up a good rate of speed, then you're just going to skip across all of those waves. That's a great metaphor for life, for how we experience the things that we do and how we notice the bumps along the way. If we're moving fast and we're taking action and we're doing things consistently and we're being productive with our days, then the little stuff that comes our way and hits us doesn't have as much of an effect on our psyche or our quality of the output that we're performing every day. Let's apply this to something called the 80-20 principle. In 1896, there was this guy named Vilfredo Pareto, and he observed in Italy that wealth distribution was approximately 1/5 or 20% of the population. 20% of the population had 80% of the land and wealth. Later on, Pareto generalized this idea and started to look at other examples of the 80-20 principle. So this can include your clothing. You have 20% of your clothing that is worn 80% of the time. If you're a self-employed person, 20% of your clients make up 80% of your profits. This same trend can be found across infinite examples. And when we're thinking about quality, so quality of output, this rule can be used to gain more speed, more momentum in the things that you spend your time doing. My father used to call it, it's good enough. And it's the same concept as the Pareto principle, the 80-20 principle. If you're constantly striving for perfection, you're trying to make everything that you do 100% perfect, you are going to move extremely slowly. Whereas if you're striving for 80% and then moving on, 80% and then moving on, you're going to be able to complete things a lot quicker and you're going to be able to complete a lot more things. So you can pick up momentum. And what actually happens is the quality of your 80% gets higher and higher and higher because you're pushing this quantity and you're learning as you go, you're achieving and accomplishing more things. Now, beyond the 80-20 principle, another reason that you might not be moving at the speed that you wish you were moving at is because you're afraid of making mistakes. Making mistakes comes with the territory of life. It's akin to, leaving the cave in primitive culture, and you're going to run into cougars and bears and other tribes who are trying to kill you or hurt you. If we're looking at that as a metaphor for making a mistake, compared to trying to do something with a business client or trying to do something at work if you're an employee and you screw up. If you screw up enough times, you can start to feel afraid of doing anything or taking any kind of action because you're looking at mistakes the wrong way. A mistake is not bad. A mistake is simply an opportunity to learn something. And then when you see the possibility of that same mistake happening again, you can react, remember what happened last time, and not make the same mistake again. Remember, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So if you're not learning from your mistakes, then that's going to severely impact the rate of speed that you can accomplish things in your life because you're scared. Now, bringing this all together with the 80-20 principle and the analogy of the speedboat skipping across the waves, I think it is wise to have a line that you live on, right? If we're moving through life and something really good happens and we reach to that and we grasp it and we hold on to it and we're overly excited about it, when the initial excitement of that wears off, we're gonna drop way below that line of happiness and optimism and goodness. The same thing goes for, you're riding that line and something really bad happens. You fall way down, you pay too much attention to how bad that thing is that's happened to you, and it takes you a long time to get back up to your baseline of just existing, feeling good, having a nice life, enjoying your life. So the goal should be to ride that line, and when something really good happens, acknowledge it, notice it, but remain humble and grounded. Don't grasp at it too aggressively. Don't suffocate it, right? So stay on that line, acknowledge the good, feel grateful for the good, feel happy that you have that good thing that happened to you, and keep yourself level. When something bad happens, look down at it. Pretend you're on this line, right? Up is good, down is bad. Look down at the bad thing, acknowledge it, and look for some kind of lesson that you can take from it. Be calm and contemplative about it. Be intuitive and look at the bad things just as something that happened. There is contrast in the world, day, night, etc. We only understand what good is because of the bad thing. So do not allow yourself to be pulled off of that line to something really crappy or something extremely good and exciting. Remember the speedboat analogy. If you're sitting in a lake where there's a lot of waves and you're not really moving that quickly, you're just kind of puttering along, then you are going to get rocked back and forth by those waves. You'll probably get a little nauseous. It's not going to be an enjoyable ride. The best way to avoid this is pick up the speed, put the throttle down, and consistently be moving ahead with aggression, really. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. I make videos about mindset, philosophy, and career. And take care.